Yo, what up? What's up, people? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? What's crack-a-lackin', my peoples? Let me put the call in. I bet. Pinned. All right, we're good to go. Just finished 10 rounds. Well, 8 rounds, actually. So that's why I'm sweating a little bit. So don't mind it. Just a little sweat. Never hurt nobody. What'd Kalia say? I'm the first. That means you have to give me a pair of gloves. Oh, come on, CJ. You guys are you, any of you guys gonna actually put in more raffles for these gloves, or I gotta go on eBay with them? So I'll do it. I don't want to, but I will. I will. Hold on. I don't want to do it, but I will. I'll do it. You bastards. Sorry, I'm just posting something. My bad. My bad. My bad. All right. We're done. We are done. Just did my daily workout. About to go to the pool. Not my pool, friend's pool, because you know. All right, we're back. We're back. What's up, Rob? Oh my God. Hi, my best friend CJ. Yo, Kalia, how come you never call in? Like, I see you have your own channel. You're not like shy. What's the problem? I would really love it if a female would call in. I think it would add a good flavor. Just like I'd love it if we had that British guy in here the other day. He was a little fucking whacked out, but I like different flavors. You know, not just American man voices, different shit. Berto got me pissed. What happened? What happened? What did he do? What did Alberto do to you? With his bitch ass. Now, what did he do? Mo, man, I saw you in TBV getting my back. I appreciate you, Mo. I appreciate you. You're a good man. I work a lot. You know I'll be worked. You know you could call in from home every now and then. Come on. Junior got deported. Junior who? What you mean? Who the fuck is Junior? Whew, I'm still sweating. Just finished my workout. Mark, what up? I know he's coming back. I did a video on it. Yeah, I think he was lying. Like Rob Calico came in, said he's seen him, but I just think he was. Why is this taking so long to fucking upload? I think he was lying because it just did like a 6'6", half white, half Mexican. Like I don't know. It seemed a little, as you young kids would say, capish to me. You know what I mean? I don't believe it. Another one for trade. Huh? Chavez? What? No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Are you guys fucking kidding me? Did Julio Cesar Chavez really get deported by ICE? No, I don't. Trump's too big of a boxing fan. I don't think he would do that. Are you guys fucking with me? Do I need to? You're going to make me Google it? Oh, fuck. I feel like Mo put the link in there. It's really true. Oh, he's connected to cartels? All right, let's see what CJ gave me here. This is Twitter. Let's see what CJ, or not CJ, Mo. The fuck? Oh, this is a Ring Magazine official. Julio Cesar Chavez has been arrested by ICE and is being processed for expedited deportation from the USA days after his defeat to Jake Paul. Chavez is a Mexican citizen who has an active arrest warrant in Mexico for his involvement in organized crime and trafficking firearms. Oh, shit. Chavez is also believed to be an affiliate of the Sinaloa cartel. Oh, shit. Oh,
Wow.
shit.
I tapped in at the right time. That's insane. Yo, shout out to Mo for the link. Yeah, Ring Magazine said
Oh,
it.
shit.
That's how we say a reliable source. So yeah.
However, I just did my fucking 8 rounds. I'm feeling good. However, Trump is such a big boxing fan. I feel like he wouldn't let that shit like roll.
Mm.
And let me ask you guys a question. Okay, so what ICE is doing is obviously awful, right? And I don't, you guys know I'm not political at all. I don't read it on purpose, not because I don't care, because it's depressing. But is there any merit for doing that to somebody who has ties with organized crime and is, you know, is a felon or whatever? Just
Of
deporting,
course.
is there? Because just deporting Mexicans who aren't legal to me is fucked up. But what about somebody like that?
Well, you know, I follow politics a little more closely than you. I'm not super into it, but as I understood it in the lead up to the election, that was the whole thing. He's like, you know, I'm going to get the criminals out of here. I thought that's what he was running on.
Yo,
You know,
Ryan,
initially.
jump in, Ryan, if you want. Okay.
Yeah, so I thought that was the whole intention to, you know, people that connected to the cartel and shit, get those people out of there. So yeah, I mean,
Wow. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. How I was thinking the same thing, Ryan. And Ryan, you know, you deal with being from Canadian shit. I don't know how often you come down here, but like, how is he allowed in the country? Why is that
Marco,
suddenly?
I can't let that slip. You said Canada.
I know I was joking. I'm not that stupid. I like saying Canadian to people. I think it's hilarious. Yeah, man. I don't. Wow. That's
Damn,
wild.
he brought shame in and out of the ring. Very
Wow.
disappointing.
I was gonna make a joke, and I'm like, I was gonna be like, well, maybe because of his performance they deported him, but that's a little too soon, maybe. What up, Mo? Talk to us, Mo. Give us your knowledge, being a Mexican American yourself.
Right.
Although you look like you're from Pakistan. I guess you didn't like the Pakistan comedy. Bounced.
Oh,
anybody wants to jump jump on in.
Oh man, I came up here to talk about Yarde and Benavidez, but that's us out there.
Julio versus his tourist visa expired. So why the fuck was he here?
Yeah, I find that hard to believe that he can get sanctioned for a fight on that level.
In? Mo, talk to us. How did he get it? How did he get in then if this was such a fucking problem?
Man, I don't know. See, because the whole thing with like these visa shit is you can get different visas for different things. Like you can get a tourist visa, you can get a business visa, and then also, I mean, he's a fighter, so I don't know if there's special stipulations for that.
Like,
I don't know, but
not like defending this shit hard body? Like Trump loves him some boxing. He's pardoned a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, or maybe Trump let him go in because he's like, I want to see the fight, but then he can get the fuck out.
Marco.
Well, listen, what CJ just said, right? Because CJ just said the thing. That's why they let it. That's why they do it. So for what CJ just said, well, isn't that what they promised or whatever? And I just came on to jump on to say one thing.
What's up?
Because I literally have to go run. So I have a question. My whole entire family comes from a town in the coastal mountains of Mexico that is like ultra super cartel land now. So I have a question. I have a question for you. Does that make me connected to the cartels?
Well, okay, so let's do this. Somebody just sent me from Homeland Security website direct. This is DHS Gov website. You guys can see this?
Yep.
All right. There's a lot to read, but I'll try and get through it. The Department of Homeland Security has denounced Immigration of Customs Enforcement, prominent Mexican boxer and criminal illegal alien Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., prosecuting him for expedited removal from the United States. He's a Mexican citizen who has an active, this is bold, active arrest warrant in Mexico, okay, for his involvement in organized crime, trafficking firearms. So he's basically a fucking mobster. In August, he entered the country illegally with a B2 visa. Oh, so he's been here since August.
That's a work visa, I believe, the B2.
It expired until February 24. Chavez is also believed to be an affiliate of the Sinaloa. Am I saying that correctly?
That's Cat Marco.
Sinaloa cartel, a designated, okay, let me read it, foreign terrorist organization. ICE arrested Chavez, Studio City, July 2nd, yesterday. Damn, he must have been playing real confused when they busted in. He was on his Xbox. Chavez filed application for lawful permanent resident status. Oh, so he was trying. Chavez's application was based on his marriage to a U.S. citizen who was connected to the cartel as well. Okay. Oh, El Chapo. This fucking guy. In 24, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services made a referral to ICE that Chavez is an egregious public safety threat. I don't know about that. However, an entry in the Department of Homeland Security laws system under Biden administration indicated Chavez was not an immigration enforcement priority. Okay, so they had their eye on him, but he wasn't really anything that they had to jump on quickly.
Right.
In 2025, January, Biden administration allowed Chavez to re-enter the country and paroled him in the country. Okay. Following multiple fraudulent statements on his application to become a lawful permanent resident, he was determined to be so he lied on his lawful permanent resident application.
Now they say that he lied.
Yeah, Marco, I could speak on this.
All right, hold on. Let me just see what else we got here. Okay, I'm almost done here. Affiliate with active arrest warrant trafficking guns, ammunition, explosives was arrested. It's shocking. Okay, we already know all this. We will find you, and you will face consequences. The days of unchecked cartel violence are over.
Damn.
Okay. California Highway Patrol arrested Chavez and charged him with a DUI in 2012. Well, obviously, that's not cartel. That's just being a degenerate.
Who gives a fuck?
Right. Chavez is offensive driving. Okay, he was drunk. 2023, district judge issued an arrest warrant for Chavez for the offense of organized crime for the purpose of committing crimes of weapons trafficking. So he's trying to bring over guns.
See how dumb that sounds?
The Los Angeles Police Department arrested Chavez, charged him with illegal possession of an assault weapon. So he's gotten in some trouble here. This isn't like out of nowhere.
No, yeah, like Marco, the paperwork shows that he's been pulled up. Like they've caught him with Blick. But I think like what Mo was saying, like Mo is like from Oaxaca, Mexico. Marco.
I'm not from Oaxaca.
Oh. Okay, well, Mo is
I'm from Michoacan.
So
yeah,
hold on, they're saying the cartel he's associated with kidnaps, tortures, kills Americans, plays a major role in trafficking of fentanyl. Okay, all right, go ahead.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Alberto, I'm 5'11". I'm not from Oaxaca. I promise.
My height. All right. Is anybody else trying to get in? Go ahead, I'm listening.
Yeah, they're just trying to put this on him, Marco, like by association, because like Culiacan, Sinaloa, like that's where that's like the mecca of like cartels and like drugs and all that. And I read somewhere, Marco, that Jake Paul is basically trying not to pay him his purse. That's why he put this. Jake Paul informed ICE.
Yo, that's a little far fetched, but that's funny as fuck.
I mean, it's anything. Look, I told you guys. When DAZN fucking ended up getting my TikTok account deleted because I was doing my videos that I do, my 1-minute videos after the fact, just showing quick. They flagged me 3 times. I didn't see it. 3rd time, you're deleted, right? Right after that, I'm pissed because I was getting millions of views on TikTok. Like my TikTok was almost close to my Instagram, and TikTok Pay is way better. I was pissed. And literally 2 days later, after they do that to me, that's when Haney and Ryan both tweet like, yo, I haven't got paid yet. Have you? They're both like, nope. So you don't know. My point about saying that is maybe Jake isn't paying him right away. It's possible.
Yeah, because the article that I saw, Marco, it said that like since he's considered now a criminal alien, Jake Paul would have they don't have to pay him out his purse. They can forfeit his purse. You get what I'm saying? So I think this has Jake Paul written all over it.
I feel like Jake wouldn't do that. Not that he's not a dirtbag, because he very well might be, but I think he cares too much about his
image.
Yeah.
But Marco, remember what we talked about? Remember what this was originally supposed to be? This was originally supposed to be Jake Paul fighting Canelo, and he explicitly said he wanted to have Donald Trump in the crowd. Like, come on, man, this is so obvious. Literally, like the week after they fight,
So wait,
all of a
what do
sudden
you
they
mean?
come down
What's
on it.
obvious? What are you insinuating?
What I'm insinuating is that Jake. Okay, there's a certain section of the entertainment industry that uses conservative politics and Donald Trump and all this shit to court that audience. There's a reason why Dana White always has Donald Trump front row at the UFC events, because they're trying to court a specific audience. Like, to me, it's not political. To me, it's totally business. But that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you misunderstand Jake Paul's MO. Like, he's trying to, it was supposed to be like this big America versus Mexico thing, and he's going to be like an American hero, Rocky type guy. He's trying to knock out this Mexican, great or whatever. Unfortunately, his plans didn't work out. So now he has to do this tricky paziki shit on this bunk ass card that more than likely was a financial failure. They were selling tickets at like 70% off, man. So I don't know. That totally sounds
I
reasonable to
mean, that
me.
is true. The fact that they had to drop the ticket prices that low, interesting. Wow. That's crazy, right?
That's why they call them Mo Brains. I like the way you laid that out.
But my point in saying that, Marco, was it's very easy for someone to launch the accusation that I am cartel connected because of that very reason. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I'm saying. So what I was getting at is, like, does that mean I should be deported?
Well,
because we're not talking about we're talking about like real people.
Yeah, let me make a line of delineation, though. You don't have, at the bottom of the article, as Marco was reading, it said, these prior gun charges, so that they've had their eye on him. I don't think you have prior gun charges. Maybe you do. I don't know your background, but yeah. So it's that, along with the history, and obviously he's working directly with them if he's smuggling in. When they say guns, that's not like you having a personal firearm. That's several, right, at one time, I would assume. So that's where I would differentiate. But you got it.
Now, the only accusation. Now, I'm not even talking about merit based necessarily. Like, oh, does he deserve to be fucking whatever, deported or whatever? But let's be real. This is very obviously like a shrewd kind of. They're trying to get headlines and trying to like they're literally clout chasing off the guy. Like, come on. So he's been here legally for a year. The article literally says they knew about him, but he wasn't a priority. But now all of a sudden, some rich white promoter owes him millions of dollars, and all of a sudden he becomes a priority. I don't know.
So you really
Seems
believe that who's Money Man, by the way? That's not Yayan, is it? I don't know. Somebody's in. I don't know who the fuck that is. So you really believe it's Jake? Just basically called the cops on him?
I mean, it could be. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, he's not. I mean, he seems like a fucking scumbag. I mean, look, this is boxing. This is boxing where Bob Arum was known for years under investigation, implicated in having mafia ties. Like, fucking Don King killed a guy. You know what I mean? Like, is it really beyond the pale for the world of boxing for this to happen?
No, it's not. But I don't know. My wife would be on board with you. She's more conspiracy. Like, I'm always on the other side of that. Like, I wouldn't give a fuck enough about anybody to do all that shit. But it's, I guess, I always don't think it's a deeper, darker criminal link, as Tone says. I always don't think that's part of it. I know it happens, but damn,
yeah.
There's
just a lot of little things about that DHS statement that stand out to me. Like, they make me doubtful, because I don't know, Marco, if you've ever had any experience with dealing with any of this kind of like immigration stuff, or like at the consulates and stuff like that. But a lot of this shit is like, imagine how shitty it is to go to the DMV, and that it's 100 times worse trying to get like your immigration stuff.
I've been to the Bulgarian consulate and all that, but I'm a citizen. I'm born here, so I never really. No, I don't have really experience with that kind of stuff. Fuck. Well, that's crazy. That's wild to me. And I'm really surprised Trump isn't doing something because he's a boxing fan. But maybe at this point he can't, because if this guy has all these past criminal and I mean, he's, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think they allow, he'd be a hypocrite to himself if he lets somebody who's been arrested and had guns on him and lying on his application and doing all this bullshit to stay here. I don't even know why the fuck he wants to stay here. Go back to Mexico. Isn't the money worth way more there anyway?
Well, like Alberto said, right now he might not even get his purse.
I mean, there's no mention of that anywhere, right? That's just what Alberto said. They're not saying, like, nothing has leaked anywhere, right? We have no mention of that besides Alberto saying it, right? Trump hates Mexicans because he loves boxing, Bob. That's why. He hates Mexicans, but he loves boxing. And does he hate Mexicans? I don't fucking know. I don't know anymore. I don't know what's going on. I don't listen to anything that guy says. Chavez Jr., yeah, Josue, he got deported. Or he's being held, right? Good shit. They called Chavez an illegal. Okay. I feel like that check. Why'd you spell check that way? So that's that weird Canadian shit. Is that how you spell check in Canada? Or you just that? I'm sorry, that just caught my eye. Has already been cashed. Shit, I don't know. They better pay Junior them Sinolas. No joke. I wouldn't know, but I believe you. I thought MS-13 is like one of the worst ones. Chavez Jr. born in the USA. He is? No, he can't be. Then he wouldn't be illegal. Right? He can't be born here. Oh, don't say that, man. Don't say that, Smooth. That actually is upsetting. You know what I'm saying? My son's going through a lot of shit because of that. That's not funny. Like, literally a lot of shit. Poor fucking kid. That mixed with his other incident. You combine the two. Ring walk to Under Pressure by Bud because he's under the bright lights. If that baseline drops, Pledge of Allegiance Stadium roof blows off. Okay. We'll see. I still got no word if I'm being approved for the fucking fights next weekend. I already got denied for the girl fight, and I don't know about the 12th. It's not looking good. I just hit up Shaq. Be careful, Marco. Trump's taking away birthright citizenship. I'm not really worried about that. Jake lives in Puerto Rico. If Chavez has ties, it's not safe for him. My bad. He isn't. I just looked it up, though he was born here. Yeah, nah. If he was born here, it wouldn't be a problem. Yeah. Fuck ICE and fuck you if you support them. True that. Well, Mel, I guess you're white because you put up a white middle finger. Or Hispanic. Or Asian, maybe. If to not pay the purse, I mean. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, Mark Hatch is right, bro. He better hope he's not connected to the cartels. Those motherfuckers are crazy, Marco. I don't know if you know this, but
Nah.
at least from the stories I heard from where my family's from, bro, they take motherfuckers, they'll strip you bare ass naked, cover you in honey, and take you up into the mountains for the mountain lions to get you. They
you
are
serious?
fucking ruthless. Ruthless, Marco.
Gross.
They'll chop your head off just for even looking at them in the wrong way. Literally.
Wow. I believe it. He lied on his application for lawful permanent resident. He was determined to be in the country legally. Case closed next. Damn. You should be careful. Puerto Rico is barely a U.S. fucking state. HLD. That might be Trump's next thing. Like, all right, Puerto Rico needs to be its own shit. They're going to deport you, Bulgaria. They're going to deport me to Samoa. Nah, they ain't deporting anybody. I was born here. What do you mean? Ruthless, yeah. It's all built up for border wars. What? What are you talking about? Border wars. Cartel hacked the FBI, killing rats in the database. Stop telling. Man, that's wild. Anybody else wants to jump in? I still don't know who Money Man is, who's in here. I believe it's Yain, but I can't really tell.
I think it's Yang because he has a habit of jumping on and not speaking or
Yeah,
randomly popping in.
And his profile picture, I believe that's Floyd, right?
It looks like Kobe to me.
Who the fuck? Because I know he loves Floyd. He looks like Kobe. Let's see. Let me zoom in on it. Yeah, that is Kobe. Yeah, that is Kobe. Okay. Great stuff lately, Marco. Congrats on meeting Brady. Thanks, man. That was a while ago, but that was almost 4 months ago now. 4 months ago. Wow. It goes by fast. Thank you, man. You're the man. You're the man, Logic. I love your hip-hop, Logic. I actually don't know any of Logic's hip-hop, but appreciate it. Border Wars, Maine. The madness you see on the news lately. This fight big, boxing at the center of it all, prize fighting at the highest levels. Okay. You just saw that short, I believe you meant to say. Julio says Chavez deported, just start of all the I know, man, crazy. Under Pressure album? Who's that, Logic? Was Logic white? Is he British? I mean, he's white, obviously, but is he British or is he, what is he?
He's mixed, Marco.
He's a mix? Okay. I don't know any of his music. I don't even
He's
know
half black, half white.
Oh, is he? I don't know who the fuck he is until this guy came in here. What's catch and shoot mean? Catch and shoot? Like boxing? Are you trying to test me or you really want to know? Of course I know what it means. Yeah, Logic is up. Okay. From Maryland. The lack of education on this topic is not surprising, just like everything else. Total shocker. Minus 70 IQ. Jeez. Aren't we grouchy today?
You disagree with HLD, so obviously you must have a low IQ.
HLD is a feisty Boricua. That's wild, though. I can't believe they deported, or they're trying to. I mean, I didn't. And why didn't they? Why has there not been more talk of his record? Like, why didn't we know that he had all this legal trouble? I knew he was a drug addict and a drunk, but I didn't know he was in legal troubles over it. Did you? I had no idea.
I don't know anything about him personally. I didn't know he was staying in here. I assumed he was, fucking off being a spoiled rich kid in Mexico.
Yep. And who knows if he's even, I mean, I guess he's rich, but you never know if the father gives him, I mean, actually, no, what are we talking about? He made $12 million to fight Canelo. He's good. Listen to Sean Paul. Oh, come on. Sean Paul, Deport Them is one of my favorite songs. All right. Chavez has been living in California for years now. Well, not anymore. Salute Pug. Haven't seen him in a while. Pugilism with a Z. Damn, where's everybody at? Why is it? Ness isn't live right now, I don't believe. Or is he?
Usually Ness is doing a Border Wars show
right now.
And Tone live as well.
You just cut out. You said he is live? Oh, Ness and Tone? Together or separate?
Separate.
Oh. Well, that sucks. I can't get more than 20 in here if they're both live. I got to keep building this bitch. You know what I mean? I got to keep building. I don't know what else to do to make it stronger. Maybe it just takes time, I suppose. I got KO'd earlier. They said I was hit with a catch and shoot. You fucking with me, Rob? I feel like you're fucking with me. Are you serious? With breaks, thanks. What's up, Gio? I'm with you. He's winning. I think he'll stop him, but he might not. Maybe it'll go the distance. Brittany Grimer for true DNA claim after PCR. Oh boy. It's funny thing is that Chavez Jr.'s stepdaughter is El Chapo's granddaughter voted for Trump. Isn't El Chapo in prison? A 9-minute border war show? What, and just nobody came on? Yeah, I figured you're messing. Didn't think you're serious. Yeah, I mean, I schedule them, but there's just so many people that, like, you guys aren't going to give a fuck if I bring in, like, no disrespect to like Jamel Herring. Like, nobody's going to really care. I got to get the big names, but, those are hard to get. If I can get all these big names, I would get them, like, consistently. But even that, it's like, there's only 5 to 10 big names. And then what? You just keep repeating the same shit. How do I get a green star? That is a member, my friend. You have to become a member. Herring would be nice. I mean, I could get him, but like, ain't he on a scandal of hitting his wife? Is he? Wow, that's surprising. He's like an army dude too. Like, I hope not. I don't respect that, man. I don't respect hurting women or children. Even if the woman's whooping your ass, you could hold her hands, grab, you don't have to fucking start whooping her ass. Damn. Ain't that something? Well, guys, lines are open. Hopefully we'll get some more flowing in here. Benavidez for the win. Fun fight. Hell yeah, Benavidez for the win. Seen online that he went to jail twice. Oh, shit. He wasn't a Marine. He was a gunner. Are those Marines? No, isn't that Army? He was a gunner. He would like fucking be on top of the tank shooting people. That's a Marine? I thought Marine is water. Get Canelo. Thanks, Dwayne. Thank you. I didn't even think of that. If I could get him, I would have got him. You can subdue and force the disengagement clinch game. Briggs, I can get Briggs on. That'd be easy. He just screams, "Let's go, champ." He just screams, "Let's," or get Shaq. Yeah, Shaq would be difficult. Like, he would say he'll do it. He'd be like, "Yeah, I'll do it," but he's so busy. Like, actually getting him on would be hard. Navy is water up there. It might be water up here. I don't fucking know. Should shot your shot the day you saw him. Tony? Well, that's another one. Like, I love James. I'm cool with him, but like, his speech isn't that clear. So it becomes kind of awkward.
I don't know if you saw Marco, but James Tony recently put out a video, kind of went viral, where he was kind of like going at people in the media saying exactly what you just said, that he has like CTE and slurred speech and all these things. And you could tell he was trying really hard to enunciate his words.
But it was still
so
slurring.
That he would not. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, his memory is sharp. Like, I've told you guys that, but his speech is clearly. He even has a little bit of like when he walks, he like limps a little bit. What's the IBA? International Boxing Association. Bullshit belt. Canelo, you should have shot your shot the day you saw him. Oh. I was around all these like celebrities, and it's just I felt like his would be in bad form, like too fanny to do that.
I feel like Canelo would have had you thrown off of the balcony if you came at him like that.
But like, I thought it was a little fanny, and also, to be fair, I just literally shook his hand, said hello, like that was the only interaction we really had. But I talked to a little more. Vinny, I could get easy. Why is he trending? Oh, okay. Well, he was just on All the Smoke, I believe, or he was with Bach and Barack, interviewed him. I know Vinny. He's in my phone. I call him right now. I speak Tony. I understand. All right. Roy said Vinny motivated him, and that was the best trash talk. Wow. There he is. E-Rock. Benavidez bent the knee for Turkey. That is my king. The answer, E-Rock, for once, is yes. That is my king. What's up, Conscious? I wouldn't fight Yarde if it was me. I said this earlier. Guys, the lines are open. You want to call in. I wouldn't fight Yarde if it was me. Because I think that's a lose-lose fight.
Explain. How's that a lose-lose fight? I haven't seen a lot of footage of Yarde.
Well, Yarde is 33. He's an old 33. He's been knocked out twice, I believe, maybe 3 times. He has 3 losses. He's lost all of his title attempts or step-ups. He doesn't have a huge following. He's not really known. He's not bringing a lot of money. So Benavidez loses, you lost all that. It's not good. He wins, well, you beat somebody who you should have beat. At this stage of his career, it should only be Bivol, Canelo level dudes. That's what I meant. Like, I don't think he should have fought Morrell, but at least that was his one thing. Like, all right, everybody shut the fuck up. See, I could beat a young lion. Now shut the fuck up. But this guy, like, why beat an old mongoose?
Well, look at it this way, Marco. Look at the competition that PBC has been putting in with their top stars comparatively. I don't know. I mean, they were talking about putting him in there with Jesse Hart, man. Somebody nobody knows about, nobody gives a fuck about, a guy who's never done really anything in the ring. So, I mean, it could be worse. Even I, as a Benavidez hater, am okay with this. I don't know.
I'm not. But then the other aspect is, like, who the fuck is he going to fight? Like, who is there for him to fight? So there is that. Like, well, there's nobody really available, so it's better than nothing, I guess. But I don't know. I guess, yeah, you can't wait for Beterbiev and Bivol. Who knows when the fuck? That's not. Is that even? Oh, that's next week, huh?
No. Well, what their talk is that's going to be the main card fight for November, and Benavidez will in fact be fighting on their undercard, as was expected earlier in the year.
Benavidez, I see E-Rock there trying to, he's not a cruiserweight, E-Rock, and I know he said he would fight Zerto, but I don't like that either. You know what I mean? But whatever.
I think it's a decent fight. He ain't fighting anybody. And you said about lose. I mean, what? I mean, he's getting paid by Turkey, so it ain't no PBC chump change. So I mean,
yeah,
it's a stay busy fight.
The money's good, but at a certain point in your career, when you've made enough and you've achieved enough,
he hasn't made shit, Marco. That dude is not a star. He's not a star.
Yeah, I don't know what he
empty stadiums, barely any pay-per-views on that, and he's not.
I mean, I wouldn't say he hasn't made shit, but you're right. He's probably not sitting on 20, 30 million or anything like that.
No, not at all.
But he could be soon. So, yeah, maybe it is for the money. So if it's for the money, then I guess
it's a stay busy fight, I think. You know what I mean? I don't he should beat him. Yeah, does he have a puncher's chance? I would say so, Marco, but that guy gasses out, and as you said, he's been handled before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but it is true 175 power, right? So I don't think Benavidez handles it too well. The way I've seen this, he don't handle 175 power too well. I mean, Morrell was whooping his ass. The only thing that Morrell didn't have was experience. And if Morrell had experience, he would have stopped Benavidez.
Let me ask you a question. Are you Baracho?
Baracho? What, you think Benavidez is something special?
I do. I think he's one of the best fighters pound for pound. And forget about that. Regardless of what I think, he fucked Morrell up.
Bro, he outboxed him.
He beat
him. Morrell was hurting him.
It wasn't a dominate, but he beat him clearly.
No, I'm saying he beat him, but what I'm saying is experience is what won him the fight. He outmatched him, but Morrell was hurting him.
I never saw Morrell hurt him.
Oh man, Morrell's punches were hurting that dude.
I never saw that. He never took a step back. He walked Morrell down like he walks everybody down.
Yes, he several times in the fight. I think it was 3 rounds where Morrell had him like, oh shit. And so I the thing is, Morrell doesn't have the experience. He doesn't have the experience. That's only that was missing. But Benavidez, bro, he's an email champion. He'll continue to be an email champion.
Haterade. You're sipping Puerto Rican rum and Haterade. That's cool.
Call it as it is.
That's cool.
He ain't
When
ready for no Bivol or Benavidez.
jump in, guys. Jump in. Ask him yourself. I don't agree with him, but you guys could jump in and ask him. And E-Rock's another Benavidez hater.
Marco, what would you prefer? Would you rather Benavidez make a grip fighting on Bevo better beef undercard, or would you rather make him take a step back and fight on fucking Tank's undercard? That shit would be fucking humiliating. And we know that's what his option was.
To me, it depends who he's fighting. Like, to me, it's all about the opponent, not really the card. So, you know.
Isn't the IBF stripping Bivol of another belt? They ordered another mandatory, to my understanding.
I don't know.
And I don't think that fight is Bivol and Benavidez next week. I don't think it is. Like somebody said, I don't know.
I thought it might have been. I remember. Let's see, when is it? It is. Oh, it's not even scheduled yet.
No, it's not.
What the fuck?
So there's another IBF mandatory that they're calling on, and the guy's been in mandatory position, which is not the same thing as mandating, obviously. Yeah. But now they mandated it, so I think they're gonna strip him of another belt.
Yeah, that fight was February. So that's not long ago. Jesus.
The sanctioning bodies are playing hardball with Turkey.
Well, he's gonna make them all obsolete, hopefully. Anyway, stupid ass sanctioning bodies. What up, Robert?
Yeah. Peace. What's going on, y'all?
Chilling. What's up, Jersey Bob? What you got to say, Robert?
It's a good fight. Shit.
Yeah.
Not sure how Yarde got that fight, but
there you go. Yeah. Well, why the fuck would, like, if I'm Benavidez's management, I'm like, nope. For what?
That's my whole thing. But it's a good fight.
I mean, who else could he fight?
Smith, but Smith didn't want to fight, right?
Okay. So, I mean, so partially, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's nobody else to really get in there with. I don't know.
I think they want to highlight knockout, man. This dude Anthony Yarde, he's gonna come forward with his chin up, and Benavidez gonna put him to sleep. So that's what
he gasses out. He gasses out. That I do know. So that man, the Benavidez should be able to stop him in those mid, like 8-9 rounds around there.
Yeah,
I think Yarde gasses out too.
They want Benavidez to get a knockout so they can put him in that next fight. So Yarde is the perfect candidate. We all know he's getting knocked out.
Maybe.
We'll see.
He'll get TKO'd. Benavidez ain't got no knockout power.
Well, Benavidez is a cumulative puncher, yeah.
Right, that's why I say TKO.
Yeah, that's true.
TKO. Yep, I see that.
That knockout that he had against Porky Medina is one of the most vicious things I've ever seen. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, because he was just
yes, it was like an AK-47. Just
it was like that boot shine.
Yeah, nasty. He has so much speed when he wants to. And they're not that hard, but they're fast. And then he could throw hard shots. He mixes it up, man. He mixes it up like really well.
Zepeda and him are kind of like the same, except that Benavidez does have more technique. More, he does have strategy. He has more. He'll set you up for what he wants to do. He's not just throwing punches.
He sets traps. I also think he hits a little harder than Zepeda, pound for pound.
Oh yeah, I mean, shit, I would hope so at 175.
No, pound for pound. I mean.
Oh, okay.
I have to go back, man. What round did Morrell hit Benavidez? I ain't see Benavidez get hurt against Morrell.
He didn't get hurt. He's drinking.
Saw the fight once, but I remember the fight clearly. I'm like, oh shit, get him!
See, that's
I didn't see that.
No, I think there was a point where he got cornered, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he hit him with one shot in the corner. Yes, but
it was like a delayed shot.
He just went bull. But guys, there's a difference between hurt and rocked, in my opinion. Big difference.
Yep.
He got
rocked. Needed to step on the gas and lay it on him. That's what he needed to have done.
He got rocked.
Yeah, but hurt, no.
I don't think he was hurt, but he felt that shot.
But I tell you what, Benavidez didn't hurt Morrell, but Morrell was hurting him. The thing is, he just doesn't have more. He didn't step on the gas. He didn't put it together.
Nobody was hurt. They were just landing shots.
Man, those punches of Morrell, he hits harder than Benavidez.
And he got that bullshit knockdown, which he clearly hit him in the shoulder. Like, that was not a real knockdown, but he got it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
he hit him so hard in the shoulder, he almost knocked him out.
Oh, my goodness. Oh my
But
god.
not Marco. I don't know if Benavidez had anybody to fight, man. He's talking about fighting Callum Smith. Is that a great fight?
Interesting. I mean, he beats him. It's kind of on the same level as Yarde.
Yeah, same level, I think.
Right?
Same level.
Same
I think
fucking,
so.
Yeah, like he could go to cruiserweight, maybe try and fight Zerto. I think he beats Zerto.
Zerto didn't look too good at all, man. He never was a good guy. He's another Munguia, bro.
Because Zerto's not a real cruiserweight, in my opinion. He has a Michelin tire around his thumb. Like I don't think. You know what I mean? I don't think he's a real cruiserweight. So and Benavidez knows that because he's not a real cruiserweight either.
So what tire does Benavidez got, bro?
Benavidez?
He's wearing like a 405 50 20 tire around his shit.
He looks like he has a fat suit on now in those recent videos. Yes.
I'm flat.
But when he fights, he doesn't look like that. That's all that matters.
Bro, Benavidez got flat tires around him, bro.
Benavidez,
bro, sometimes he looks like a tranny with tits, bro.
How do you not like him?
Because he's full of shit. Dude, do something. He's been waiting on Canelo for 5 years. Didn't do shit in those 5 years. Only until recently that he fought Plant and what's the other Boo Boo, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the manager's fault, though.
I don't want to hear it, bro. That's his team, and he's part of it.
Samsung.
He fought everybody in his division. The only person he didn't fight was because the dude, Mr. Cinnamon, was ducking him. Like, well, what do you want?
He had the opportunity to do the same thing as Skull did, and he went off to 175. I want to hear that.
No, he did not.
He could have been the mandated mandatory in March of last year, and he decided to go to 175
2
weeks before.
Said 1,000 times, I am not fighting him. He's too big. What's he going to do for me? But 25 pounds.
Then you force to get his belt stripped, just like Skull did. Guess what would have happened? He would have been forced to fight him because Turkey needs that belt for Undisputed versus Crawford.
I'm telling you, maybe, but who the fuck would have known that 5 years later they finally strip him? They didn't do it the whole time.
You control what you can control. He had the control to do that, and he didn't take it.
I disagree. He was waiting around for a long time. It ended up, maybe you're right. Maybe it would have happened that way. You know what I'm saying? But he was waiting 4 years.
Strip him, bros. Regardless, strip him.
That's the sanctioning body.
That would have been an absolute then duck.
They're not going to strip him because they're getting 3% each.
It doesn't. No, they would have stripped him. They stripped Canelo before. WBC stripped them, didn't they? At 160, I think it was.
I don't fucking know. I don't know, but the sanctioning bodies are not stripping Canelo for the most part because that 3%
IBF just did.
The 3%
IBF just did.
They did, and IBF's the only one that every now and then does that. But overall, it's like that's how they make their money. Canelo is.
You're negating that they were going to make him the mandated mandatory in March of last year. If you don't want to accept it, then whatever you're saying just keeps on being whatever you want to believe. The fact is, he had an actionable choice to be made, and he did not decide to do it.
For 5 years of waiting, the dude went about his business. What do you expect?
2 weeks before he was going to be mandated, just like Booch decided the day before Norman Jr. was going to fight. Oh, I'm going to vacate now.
Well,
I want to hear that.
That was a little different.
Yeah, bro, a lot different.
Being a dominant force in the division, the most dominant, and waiting and calling somebody out for literally 4 or 5 years.
The most dominant,
different story.
The most dominant,
the
most dominant challenger.
The most next to Canelo, yeah, he was the most. Okay. Canelo even lost to Bivol. So
at 175.
Yeah, and I think Benavidez will beat Bivol.
I don't think so either. I think he's gonna.
Wait, so I have a question.
Go ahead.
When is Bivol and better be fighting? When are they fighting?
We were just looking that up. They're not even scheduled yet.
What the? What?
And then IBF, I'm reading, IBF ordered another mandatory on Bivol, so he might have another belt strip. So who knows what's happening there?
I have no idea what's happening over there. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to. Nobody wants to see that fight. I don't think.
But it's going to happen, right?
Do you guys want to see that? Because I sure as fuck don't.
Not really.
It was boring. It was boring, and it was like it was super
boring.
Close. Yeah, I found it both boring. The first one was a little less because we were anticipating, oh shit, Undisputed, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? But then, like halfway into it, you're like, okay, Benavidez isn't hurting him. He's not chopping him down like he does with everybody else. Bivol staying away. Like, this is just going to be a cat and mouse chess game.
Bivol was proving that he's that different dude. That's what I saw, man. Bivol just proved that he is that different dude.
Bivol just throws more punches, right? And he's able to throw more punches and get the fuck out of the way.
He's the best boxer in boxing, period.
And Beterbiev's feet aren't fast enough or sharp enough to kind of keep following him after.
Yeah, but he still could hurt him. He hurt him several times.
Yeah, Beterbiev, well, he almost hurt him. What I saw,
bro, he hurt him in that 7th round. Was it when he backed up on the ropes and then when he went kind of downhill from there a little bit?
It looked like on 2 or 3 occasions where you saw Beterbiev start retreating, like for dear life. It was, and I've been in these situations, or I've put people in them, I should say. You hit him, and you're one more punch away from really hurting him. And Bivol kind of was like, "Oh shit, that hurt! Like I don't want to get one more of those because it was going to make me a little dizzy." So he started retreating, but he didn't actually hurt him. Where he's like, you know what I mean? That's what I saw. But still, you know, that only happened 2 or 3 times. Bivol was just and out. It was boring to me. I don't know about you guys. Riyadh season officially starts October, November, so that's most likely when Bivol fight is. Well, they could announce it now, no?
Right, that's what I was thinking that as we were saying, like, well, maybe they're gonna put it in that November card, maybe, but they have, you know, where's the announcement?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I don't know.
But they got Benavidez to cross, you know, PBC said, okay, you can have him.
Who's fighting on the 19th?
July 19th?
Yeah, there's somebody fighting on the 19th.
That's PBC's card, no?
I don't know. I just heard it and I forgot. It was kind of a fight I want to see too. Let's see. July 19th boxing. It is
so many fights.
Oh shit, that's Crawford. Oh, that's September 13th. I was like Canelo Crawford. No.
What?
Pacquiao Barrios? No.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Pacquiao Barrios. Yeah. Okay,
yeah, that's the PBC card.
Yep. Then you got Fundora versus Zoo, part 2. And who the fuck is this guy that Pitbull's fighting? Fierro.
I have no idea.
They fought already.
That's a rematch.
Yeah.
Oh, that with the Giovanni guy or something like that?
I don't know what his name is. Fierro's his last name. I don't even know who he is. Did he give him a fight?
That's a rematch. That was a great fight.
That's the rematch.
Yeah, they try to kill each other.
Okay. Oh, that was the one that just happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pitbull won, but people thought he maybe lost.
No, it was at 135.
Hello.
He's going back down.
No, I think it was a draw.
I love seeing Pitbull knock out Rolly. I don't know why, but that gave me great pleasure. It
did for me for the reason is that they robbed Grandpa. You know what I mean? So I was okay with it.
Yeah. And then Rolly, of course, comes back and beats Ryan and makes everybody.
WBA has the worst lineage of champions at 140, bro.
I know.
The worst.
And whatever happened to Barroso, man? That guy.
He got knocked out.
He got knocked out too.
Did he?
Yeah. I forget who.
I mean,
wasn't it somebody from England?
Was it England or was it that Japanese guy?
I don't know.
Maybe it was Japanese
the guy who knocked out Jin Sasaki.
Yeah, it might have been. It was Japanese guy. You're right.
Yeah, it was the guy who knocked out Jin Sasaki like 8 fights ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it'll be a good fight, though. And who's Rolly fighting next? Who the fuck knows? He's a champion, right?
Boots hasn't officially vacated. The belts are still his until he vacates.
I think he's a Reggie champion.
He's a Reggie champion, exactly.
That makes sense. And that's crazy. What kind of world do we live in where Rolly's a fucking champion? Like, what is happening?
Oh, no.
I don't call him. He's a Reggie belt holder. That's what he is. Not a champion.
I mean, what?
Some of these title shots, I don't understand how they get them. Like, honestly,
I don't either. Who the fuck is it?
To me, it's like cutting the line.
What's the worst take you've ever heard me give? What'd I say? That Rolly's a shitty champion? That's a bad take? Okay. You say so. Morel Benavidez 2 is supposedly going to happen. They're not fighting Remy. There's no way.
That up, bro.
I want
We're talking about Benavidez
You know
fighting
how
Yarde,
this-
and these guys talking about Morel.
Rob, what are you doing? You're looking up Bulgarian food?
Marco, you know how these fights happen. Just like Jake Paul got ranked in Pacquiao. Corruption.
Mm.
That's what it is. It's corruption.
Yeah. Well, it's no rules. There's no fucking rules. There's 27 different belts. I mean, that's why I was hoping Turkey could clean this shit up. Give us a league, make the Ring magazine the only belt that people actually consider, give a shit about.
They have rules, but then they have a little clause in all of their rules that says that they have the express to bypass any of their rules with a vote committee and blah blah blah. So that's why they get away with shit like that, with doing whatever they want, because they just got to vote, and if they approve, okay.
Yeah, it's bullshit. But so we would need a league that has rules that are enforceable, that are laid out, that are concise, that are clear, not, the rule books, like the whole thing with Tank taking the knee, right? There is nowhere in well, there's only one rule guideline of rules that are considered. It's the Association of Boxing Commissions rules.
Yeah, the ABC.
Right. No. It's Association of Boxing Commissions are not affiliated to any sanctioning body. They're their own.
ABC. That's what we're talking about.
The what?
ABC.
Oh, ABC. I thought you said WBC. Right. ABC. And even on their website, they're a guideline. They're not official. And they say nothing about taking a knee. It's not even mentioned what happens if you take a voluntary knee. So it's not even a rule.
Yeah, because the rule only says that once your knee touches the ground or your extremities touches the ground, that's a knockdown. With that alone is what it is. You don't have to explain any further than that.
Well, you do though, because if it's a voluntary knee, some people, because the judges look at it, referees look at it, and some referees.
The rule says just that alone. That if any of your extremities besides the bottom of your feet touches the ground, that's a knockdown.
From a significant punch.
I'm going to look that up as we speak again.
So if you don't go down from a significant punch, that gives you interpretationary rules to be like, okay, that wasn't a punch. What's wrong? That's what I'm saying. This shit has to be, and it's not even that many things that need to be put in. Just things over the years, like the knee. Put in the knee. If a voluntary knee, it's always a knockdown or it's not, or the judge is allowed, not the judge, the ref is allowed to do whatever the ref wants to do. That's a fact. The ref can overturn anything. They have the power. They are the Wizard of Oz in every fight. They can do whatever the fuck they want. That's why people are like, oh, you should have been disqualified for getting up on the ring apron. It just says that gives grounds for disqualification. It does not say immediate disqualification every time. There's no rules. There's just a very loose, you're dealing with the ref. And every now and then the sanctioning, the athletic commission will come in every now and then and overturn something a ref does. But it's like 99% of the time, whatever the ref does sticks. Big shout to my man Pork Chizop with the extra crispy 5-piece. The league is coming. I fucking hope so. And you won't have to worry about instant replay not working. Knockdowns will be counted. There you go. That's another thing. Why the fuck is not instant replay not utilized every single fight?
Well, in the case of the New York State Athletic Commission, when the rule itself says that even after the fight, they can review anything to change the bout if needed to. They just said, fuck it, we forgot about that. And they just bullshitted the rule.
They just don't. And do you know why they don't? Because that'll set an awful precedent for what the referee does in real time. Now it's like, well, look, you overturn that one. They want to keep it this way. It's stupid.
But if it's in the rules, it's in the rules.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, though, there's no real actual fucking rules. The rules are what are the real rules? Whatever's in the contract. Each fight. Why do you think? What would you?
Now with the commission, the commission is rule of law for it.
But the rules always change. Is my point. There's no set ground.
The contract does not override the state rules. It doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
not for does. Then the commission cannot sanction it.
That's not true. Tyson. That's not true. Yes. Tyson and Jake. No, it's not. Tyson and Jake Paul fought in was it 12 or 14 ounce gloves as professionals? That
was in the state of what of Texas though.
It's not the state. Any commission that's always professional. They just made an exception because it was in the contract. No, the NBA, you can't be like, yo, you know what? I want the NBA court. I want the 3-point line to be way closer. I just feel like it. Okay, that's cool for this game. Doesn't work that way. The 3-point line is where 3-point line is.
Because the NBA is not ruled by any commission of any state. Every single state in our country has its own individual for combat rules.
Exactly, and those rules aren't even outlined clearly because they all refer to the ABC, which is just a loose base. People don't know this.
But then each sanctioning body also has its own rules. So everybody circumvents one to the other.
No, it doesn't. Go to the WBC right now.
Bro, I know that for a fact, Marco. They have their own rules.
When you go to boxing rules on the WBC, you click on it. You know what it takes you to? The ABC website.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, bro. I got that all downloaded on my computer because I read it.
Do it right now. I have it. I went there. They have actually like 4 different sections of rules depending on what you want to talk about. If you want to talk about purse bids, if you want to talk about championship committee rules, if you want to talk about conduct, listen to me. In the ring, boxing rules, not purse bids. In the ring, boxing rules. They all refer to the ABC Commission, the Association of Boxing Commissions. Literally, it's a link to. They don't even have it on their site. They just send you to their site. It's fucking retarded. And
it's like the Wild Wild West.
It really is. People don't realize that. I was talking to Arthur McCanty. I'm like, yo, what do you? He has this old book. He's in New York. He does New York only, I believe. Maybe
rules for champions, WBC.
And Arthur McCanty has this old book that the New York State Athletic Commission gave him. It's literal from 1981, and he kind of uses that, but that's not even valid anymore. It's
WBC rules and regulation.
It's insane. I've done all this.
Crazy.
LD. I wouldn't talk about it if I didn't already do it. But
I'm reading it as we speak. The WBC approval of bouts. I'm reading about the regulations that they have.
No, go to the actual boxing rules, the rules for the fight, not any of that other shit.
Well, they have them separate in different PDFs.
Yeah, exactly. And it's going to take you to the ABC website. It's wild. And even that, it's like, let's say they did have official rules. Well, the state overrides it anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. But they don't.
Now that I can accept.
You can't change
the goalposts. That I can accept from you, Marco.
No,
that they don't have rules. No,
it's both. They don't have rules of their own for boxing.
But the state commission override. Yes,
the state commission is the only one that can override anything. Yes, but they don't even have fucking. It's crazy. They don't even have their own set of rules. They go by the ABC, which is a non-for-profit company.
Yeah, they are a non-for-profit.
Fucking crazy. That's why you need
but guess what? So are the sanctioning bodies. They're listed as non-for-profit.
Yeah, they're full of shit though. They're clearly for profit.
Yes, who's also listed as non-for-profit? VADA testing.
Is it really?
They're a 503c not-for-profit, yet they charge guys like I remember interviewing with Zab Judah where they charged them $75,000.
Wow, I didn't know that. VADA's non-for-profit. That's what people. I was talking to this guy who owns a business in New York City, and he was like, because of the taxes, he's like, I was thinking to change this to non-for-profit just because the taxes are so high. And of course, he'll be for profit. I guess it's like a workaround. That's crazy. Yeah, it's a load of shit. A league is very necessary, very necessary and concise, clear rules.
But it'll get expensive because then they would have to have so many different areas where people are having to interpret these rules and apply them to every single one of these fights.
That's exactly right. And
that's why, like, football, for an example. Well, yeah, they got God's money over there, so they can do that. But boxing is not like that, which is why we can't even have mandatory testing for everybody because it's so damn expensive.
And the majority of the fights that go on, professional fights, are little crappy fights in a church basement. Like, they're not the high level ones that we watch. Like, those are the ones I was involved in.
It's gonna take.
That was my first fight.
Yeah, those were mine.
Yeah, it's gonna take what Turkey's doing.
It was a point sparring fight, like
Where?
not even amateur.
Oh, just like
small
a
fight.
like a.
You wear
small-
headgear.
Okay.
And you just spar, whatever,
You
points.
guys going hard or just working light?
Well, it's kind of hard not to go hard. I mean, they tell you, hey, go it easy, but I mean,
Yeah.
someone punching you in your face, the fuck?
Yeah.
You see what
Well, it's fun,
CJ's
though.
writing? He worked for a not-for-profit where the guy was making 300. Yeah, because all they got to do is they got to show that they have maybe one little thing that they say that they do for the community or for some, for free of charge to help. And once they can prove that, then they can apply for a non-for-profit. And then everything they do, even though they charge, they just got to word it to where it's crazy.
I wish I knew that. I would have made my fucking business non-for-profit years ago. I don't know what kind of advantages I would have gotten, but
damn. And why is it got to be voluntary?
Hey, you could have you could have had your comedy club not for profit. Yeah, we do shows for the kids and
that's what I'm saying.
Let them laugh.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm selling it, so it doesn't matter now. But yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Yeah, for the community, it's art. It's art.
It's art. We're gonna teach kids how to, and then what you do is that when you make a show where you charge, part of that goes to we use that for the program for the kids. The money that we make, part of that goes for so we can make these not-for-profit shows and whatnot, and that's how you get away with it.
Yeah. Well, too late now. HLD guy sounds like a New Yorican. No, you're not from New York at all, right?
I don't know where I'm from.
Oh, you just want to tell us. He doesn't sound New York to me at all. I don't think he's from New York. I don't think
not at all.
You've never lived in New York, right?
Maybe not.
Nah, you haven't. I could tell. You sound California to me.
No, man.
No, not California. Okay.
I wouldn't have said case closed on Chavez, right? I would have been California.
Right. Pork chop, another one. Appreciate you, my man. Let me hit you with a proper thank you.
Thank you. Come again.
Gotta bring boxing out of the 80s and into the modern era. Fighter unions, mandatory drug testing, a league commission. And that takes all Turkey is doing the he's trying to get the Ring magazine belt recognized universally. Once he does that, that's all he needs to do.
Yeah. It'll become the UFC.
That's all he needs to do. And people are getting paid more. But you can't have a full league because there's so many professional boxers. So it's going to have to be a thing where it's like the NBA. You got to get drafted. Like only certain fighters can be in the league because you can't have.
You can make it a league of its own, and that's it. And then everybody who's on the outside, sorry for you. You got to deal with the old promoters, and if they have enough money to pay you guys to make that type of fight. See, the difference is with like right now is that Turkey's able to make even bullshit fights happen because he's willing to pay, regardless of the fact. Maybe some of these fights don't even get made with a promoter because there's no money. There's just no money to be made. And so why would they waste that that time? So hey, he's willing to pay for it. I think the league is happening. They changed the name to that Zuffa, which is kind of goofy. I thought it was
it's not TKO?
it's not TKO anymore. It's Zuffa Boxing.
How you spell
what the fuck?
Yeah. Go under Dana White. Zuffa Boxing.
Zuffa Boxing? Let me look.
Oh,
two F's.
Yeah.
Zuffa.
Yeah.
Well, it's a new boxing promotion being launched by TKO Group Holdings, which is the parent company.
Yeah, Turkey himself said it. It's no longer, or I think Dana White said it. It's no longer going to be.
I was TKO. Chilling with Dana White. You know what I'm saying? You guys all saw that.
And you didn't know that, man?
I just said hello to him once. We didn't really talk. I was talking mostly to Shaq and Crawford. Support the raffle, y'all. Yeah, man. What the fuck? Nobody's putting in anything for these. I think it's the time of year, CJ. I think just in the summer, everything dropped. I think people aren't in the mood, which is fine. All the entourage and martial arts. Yeah. Jesus Callum versus David Benavidez is better. I don't know. Yarde is exciting.
I think Yarde makes it exciting. I think he's going to come, and make it a fight.
He's exciting. He has power, he has speed, but just, I think he has.
Damn, if he stops Benavidez, that would.
He's like at the end of the 3-year lease of your car. He's like at that very you sign.
He's like that American car that the 36,000 miles are ready to fire. You better get rid of that Chevy, whatever, Cavalier, whatever the fuck you riding. That shit's about to blow up on you. That Dodge Neon.
For sure. That's how it seems like to me too. Oh man. Let's see what else. Get the kids off the slap wars. Is that a thing?
Well, that's a promotional company by Dana White, right? Slap whatever.
That's not something else. It's slap. Power slap.
Kids are, so we're trying to say kids are doing it too.
I thought maybe he meant there's a weird kid sport now where they slap each other. 3B Musketeers are the only ones who can beat. Who? The 3B Musketeers? What the fuck's he talking about?
Bivol, Butterbeef, and who else?
Baranchek is not a light heavyweight. Power slap. Oh, that's what he meant. I can't watch power slap. I think it's fucking weird. And
it is.
Right? And not
interesting. Yeah, it is. It's a different level of like brutal stupidity.
It's really stupid. It's like, why the fuck would you just sit there and let somebody slap the shit out of you? There's no skill.
There's like one blondie chick, bro. She can slap somebody. Man, I saw this. There's one blondie chick who could take the shit, bro. They're like, yeah, now it's my turn, bitch. Like crazy.
Yeah. He said,
yeah, I don't like it. I don't watch it.
Bud can't beat Benavidez.
We're planning a farewell funeral on the 14th.
I know. Like, what are they doing? Bud is 5'9", maybe
5'8".
I've been around him. He's.
Well, that's what Boxer says.
Let me see. I'm trying to think. Canelo seemed about 5'7".
5'6.5" to almost reaching 5'7".
Yup, I would say that's about accurate. And in person, Bud was about 5'8.5", maybe. Okay. So like a couple inches taller than Canelo. And what, a bigger dude kind of. Canelo's head was way smaller in person than I thought. I thought he'd have like a pit bull kind of. Didn't really look like that. I'm 5'11". I'm not like a huge guy, but I was definitely bigger than him.
When you look at their face-off, just look at Canelo's forearms and look at the string-being arms of Bud.
Obito, what's up? I don't know who that is, but welcome regardless. The new generation hype off power. Yeah, I don't fuck with UFC. I don't fuck with bare knuckle boxing either. That grosses me out. I don't know about you guys.
Why not? Hey, you could fight Paulie. He's going into a bare knuckle boxing.
Paulie.
Yeah, Paulie said he's gonna go into it, man.
I know he already did it. I know Paulie personally. Like I remember talking about it. Yeah, he did it. He already fought bare knuckle like 4 years ago. He did it. He's coming back.
He's going back at it, man. He says that.
I remember him saying, "Oh, it's not that bad. You get cut, but it doesn't really hurt." And I'm just like, what are you doing?
Come on, man.
I don't like it. I think it's gross. And the only difference, the only difference in the bare knuckle boxing rules. There's one major difference besides no gloves. You know what that is?
What is that?
They're allowed to hit in the clinch. They allow that a lot. Like you can hold and you could hit. You could hold and hit in the clinch.
You mean you can hold and hit, which in boxing is but you could hit in the clinch. You just can't.
Right.
You can.
Yeah, you're allowed to hold.
Okay, I get what you're saying though.
Yep, that's the only difference besides no gloves. You know what I mean? So I'm not really into it. Who was wider? Bud seemed wider. I'm telling you, man. Canelo to me in person looked like he weighed about 100 and. By the way, Jorge, I see you in there, but it's saying your device is not connected, so it's not letting you come in. Canelo looked about 170, maybe. Bud looked about 180, 185. Canelo might have even been 165. Like they looked about 20 pounds weight difference in person, and about 20 pounds, about 2 inches in height. That's kind of what I read, the vibe I got. Canelo had very soft hands though, like a baby's ass. Just saying.
Man, he's on the top 10, right, of athletes. Of course, he's going to be taken care of.
Yeah, I know that's true. And people think boxers have to have, but my hands are pretty soft too. Like this part, maybe that's different. But this part, like this, there's no reason for this to not be soft because it's always clinched. So, all right, guys, let me bounce. Wife's gonna come get me. I will be back on tonight. Appreciate you guys, Robert,
Absolutely.
everybody. Peace.
Later.
All right.